I'm back. Hello and welcome back to Griff Cinema. It has been a while since we have last had a video, and so I figured I'd kick it off by doing another one of my What I Watched in April videos. If you've been a viewer of this channel, you need no explanation, so let's get right into it. Your Name. I started off my month by watching Makoto Shinkei's Your Name. Your Name tells the story of two high schoolers, Mitsuha and Taki, who suddenly swap bodies one night, leading to the two to find each other and in doing so build a deep connection. This is an incredibly beautiful film and one that I'm shocked I put off for so long. Fritz the Cat. Let me start off by saying this movie fucking sucked. Fritz the Cat follows Fritz, an anthropomorphic womanizing cat, as he gets into numerous silly and outlandish situations. This movie features plenty of racist and socially inept caricatures, one of which is having people of color playing crows. If you can't tell, that's a double entendre for the Jim Crow laws. The whole thing is just stupid and dull. I mean, it only relies on racist and sexist jokes, but honestly, like, what do you expect from a film that was released in the early 70s? I guess the one positive I can think of was that the cops in this movie were humanoid pigs. So I guess that was pretty progressive for the 70s. I don't know. Pink Flamingos. I got around to rewatching the ever controversial underground classic that is Pink Flamingos. Everybody by now knows the bizarre shit that occurs in this film. From child harvesting, people killing a chicken and using its blood for sex, divine eating dog shit, and so much more. But in between those hard to watch scenes is an insanely progressive and ahead of its time classic from Waters. The film feeds into the public's fear of the queer community back in the 70s, using filth to attack conservative societal standards at the time. It's definitely one that's worth watching if you can stomach a few tough to watch scenes, and while brief, they do leave a lasting impact on you. My Life as a Zucchini. My Life as a Zucchini is an insanely melancholic tale of kids growing up in the foster care system. While the film has its moments of strong coming of age happiness, there are plenty of bleak undertones that make this absolutely gut wrenching to sit through. While I don't want to spoil anything, as I want you all to go and watch these films and build your own feelings towards them and not just rely on what I'm telling you, it does have a rather positive ending. The film will give you a better appreciation of your friends. Inside. So take all that happiness and positive stuff we had from that last movie we talked about and just bludgeon it. Inside tells the story of a grieving pregnant woman who begins to be hunted down by an intruder during Christmas Eve, which is not exactly the happy home for the holidays movie to turn on. Nah, that joke kind of sucked. New French Extremity is usually a film movement that I try to avoid. Mainly because everything just feels so sodomy, puke, gore, spewage, maggot core when I watch those. But this film explores the fear and overwhelming pressures women face about motherhood. And that's kind of reminiscent of another favorite film of mine, Eraserhead, which kind of deals with the fear of fatherhood and becoming a father. Inside is honestly one I'd tell most people to stay away from. But if you got a strong stomach, go for it. But just be warned, this one's a little gnarly. Primer. I don't want to spoil much, because I think this one is very good if you go in next to nothing. But Primer is a fun thriller about two engineers inventing a time machine. The coolest part, and I could be sort of wrong about this, but I think I read somewhere Shane Carruth funded this film entirely by himself. Really just utilizing filming on the weekends when these guys were free. Which is cool as an independent filmmaker myself. I think stuff like that is so cool, having to put all this money into your projects. Yeah, Primer it's very cool and I recommend it. It has some stressful moments, which is a little shocking. It kind of gets your heart beating. And I know I'm kind of a thrill seeker with films like that. So if movies that kind of stress you out a bit are your thing, I definitely recommend checking out Primer. The Neon Demon. Recently, I've been on a huge Elle Fanning kick. And also with NWF's new film getting selected for Cannes this year, I figured I'd watch this, having been one of the, 2 or 3 projects I haven't seen from NWF. And I'm entirely conflicted. On one hand, you have one of the most visually intense and erotic movies I've watched in recent memory, accompanied by a breathtaking neon color palette. But like with every NWF film, his dialogue is just clunky. And it really sucks because if NWF could just get that dialogue down, he'd be one of the best filmmakers working right now. I have high hopes for his new film coming out, especially because I'm a huge fan of Sophie Thatcher. Living in Oblivion. Living in Oblivion is a satirical black comedy about the nightmares of a bunch of independent filmmakers have about their film set going wrong. We see the dreams and visions, I think 4 or 5 times. Don't quote me exact. And it's all for different members. Like, you start off with the director, then you go to the lead actress, then you go to the sound guy. You go to like a bunch of different people. And it's a real fun time. And I've been needing to check out more work from Tom DeCilio. And after watching Living in Oblivion, it is even more clear that he is probably one of the most underwatched auteurs in recent memory. Adult Swim Yule Log. I'm a lover of weird and bizarre shit. So knowing that there was a surrealist horror comedy about a murderous log, I had to watch. What's crazy is this film explores intergenerational trauma and how abuse is a never-ending cycle that plagues generation after generation, which is a lot deeper than what some might think when it comes to Adult Swim. We see this when the residents of the cabin begin to get trapped in this hellscape, kind of reminiscent of the Black Lodge in Twin Peaks. I love Adult Swim. I love wacky stuff, and I love social commentaries. So this was perfect for me. And just I guess like a little thing now that I'm just gonna ramble is even way back in high school, I've always wanted to create things for Adult Swim, and so hopefully I can cross that off my bucket list soon. But just watching stuff like this, and these absurdist comedies, it makes me just want to get out there and create, which is always a good thing for independent filmmakers and people with artistic dreams. An Elephant Sitting Still. This film was so incredibly bleak and depressing. I had to split it up over 2 sittings. It was just that hard for me to swallow all the content within. An Elephant Sitting Still follows the life of 4 individuals and highlights their struggles with the environment they're residing in and their desire to escape to a land where there's a mythical elephant, which can be represented for a lot of things. I kind of want you guys to watch. I won't go into much. There's building on that, there's a lot to annotate with this film, and you could absolutely, I'm not even kidding when I say you could make a 2-hour video probably just breaking down this film. It's very unfortunate that director Hugh Bow took his life shortly after finishing production of this film, making it his one and only feature film. This has the reputation of being kind of his suicide note. Rather that's true or not, I don't think is too important. This is a beautifully miserable film that if you have 4 hours to spare, please watch it. It does not feel like 4 hours, and I know that's kind of rich coming from me, considering I had to split it up over 2 sittings. But it's one I think everybody needs to go out of their way to watch, because you will learn a lot, not just of yourself, but of the basic human condition through watching this film. Breaking the Waves. Keeping the train of Bleak rolling, Breaking the Waves follows a newly wedded couple who are struck by shock after her husband becomes paraplegic after a workplace incident. In his paralysis, he orders his wife to make love with other men and to come and describe the sensations to him, so he can remember what it was like when they used to make love. This film is like a blazing hot knife, just going right into your heart and moving around. It just hurts so goddamn bad to sit through, and I mean that as a compliment. I'm not usually the biggest Lars von Trier fan. Just ask Carter or just ask Parker. God knows I've told him my opinion plenty of times about it. But recently I've been watching a lot of his work, and it's because he is one of the greatest auteurs of all time. So for me to, rather I agree with his politics, how he treats people in film and all this stuff, he does have some beautiful breakdowns of human suffering, and I think that's a wonderful thing for any filmmaker to sit through and watch. I'd go so far as to say Breaking the Waves is Von Trier's best film. And that'll do it for the video today. I just kind of wanted to talk with you guys for a little bit before I let you go. I have been gone for a while. I'm not gonna open too much online. I did go through a rough mental episode, and I just needed to take a break from a lot of things in life and evaluate some things, and I'm happy to say that I'm getting better. I'm still taking it a day at a time, but life is starting to turn around, which is good. I'd like to get back into content making, restarting up Big Screen Banter, but that's not important. What's important right now is I am working on a film, and that film right now is called Box, and it is being produced by I-29 Entertainment. It's starring Aidan Regals, Austin Wellnitz, Zane Johnson, and Quincy Coleman. And together we're making this. I don't want to take away too much, so I won't say much, but it's going to be wild, and you're definitely not going to want to miss out on it. But that's something I've been working on recently, and that's been taking up a lot of my free time. So I haven't had time to sit and do what I love, and that's talk about movies. As always, what did you watch this month? What do you want me to do for videos? Leave all that down in the comments below. Thank you, and I can't wait to see you guys again.